Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and I'm back with another Pauper League, and I'm stoked to get into this one. We're going to be playing Black-White Soul Sisters today. Before I get into this deck tech, let me shout out the channel real quick, youtube.com/snapbolt. Go check out the channel. There's a link in the description below. There's a lot of Pauper content, modern. I'm playing some historic, some limited, something for everyone. Really go check it out. If you like my content, you can support me by subscribing. You can like this video, throw a comment on the video. All that helps me out, so thank you so much. And let's just get right into this one. So this deck is Black-White Soul Sisters. If you look far back on my channel, I have similar builds of Soul Sisters going back that I had some reasonable success with. Obviously, Sideboard is entirely different. I'll get to that in a second. But now with the new meta, Alexandra Weber, I always butcher your first name, sorry man, but he's a great content creator. I'll link his stuff down in the description as well, so go check him out. Brazilian streamer, really cool guy. He plays a lot of Pauper, he plays some other stuff too, but he's been having some success with mono white Soul Sisters and doing pretty well. I've been itching kind of to get back into this, and I want to play this card as well, Celestial Unicorn. People have been talking this card up, it's doing work. It just gives this deck another payoff, and it's in white, which I think is massive. I will say when I was doing like my set review and my top 5 commons from the D&D set, I totally missed this card. When originally I had in my mind like, okay, I want to put this card on either the top 5 somewhere or at least talk about it. And then when I went through the list, I kind of took note of all the cards I wanted to talk about and the potentials for the top 5. And I must have just glazed over this and I completely forgot about it. So it wasn't on the list. It should have been. People are doing reasonably well with it. It is one of the cards that impact Pauper from the new set, so I definitely messed up on that, but here we are, we're playing it, and I can admit that I messed up there. So, this deck, Black-White Soul Sisters. We are splashing black for Marauding Blight Priest main, plus 4 copies of Unearth. So, the basic game plan of this deck is, oops, let's not move that up there. We have Soul Warden, Soul's Attendant, Suture Priest, so we have 12 Soul Sisters basically. This only triggers life gain off our creatures, and then their creatures that automatically makes them lose 1. So 12 Soul Sisters, and then you combo that with Blight Priest, which is whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1, and Unicorn, whenever you gain life, this gets bigger. So basically the combo is like, imagine if your board is Soul Ward and Soul's Attendant, you play a Blight Priest, trigger both of these, and then trigger this twice, and then every creature that comes into play, you're just draining them for 2, and you have cards like Battle Screech to make 4 tokens, you have Squadron Hawk, you have Night's Whisper for card advantage, Thraven Inspector, this cycles, and then you have another threat in Unicorn. So basically the plan is just get these Soul Sisters down, and then stick one of these, and if they kill it, just bring it back with Unearth. And that's the plan. A little bit of card advantage in Night's Whisper and this new card, Priest of Ancient Lore. I was thinking about just going 4 Night's Whispers, 0 Priest, but this card seems pretty sweet with Unearth as well. If you kind of like don't have much going, you can maybe just Unearth this and then keep gaining life and drawing cards. Plus, like, 1 Soul Warden, you play this, you get the life gain trigger from Soul Warden, and this triggers itself for Blight Priest and Unicorn, so this has some good synergy in the deck. Seems sweet. I have no removal spells in the main deck, just going full quote-unquote combo with Blight Priest and Unicorn, and just playing a bunch of creatures. And so the mana base changed a little bit as well because we have less black cards. So I just want a bunch of plains to be able to play white 1-drops on turn 1 more often. And then Scoured Barrens, 3 Basilica, 1 Bog, 1 Swamp, and only 2 Ash Barrens. So we don't have that many black sources, but we also don't have that many black cards. So I think that's going to be okay. We really only need 1 black source in play, and we have a reasonable number. So I think it's fine. Now, this is where it gets good. Moving on to the sideboard, we have sideboard plans for 2 decks. I mean, this field right now in Pauper is insane. I haven't been playing much Pauper because it's kind of ridiculous. I think it's basically a 3-deck format. There's Chatterstorm, there's Affinity, and there's blue-black decks, and there's some other decks mixed in there. But basically, we have a sideboard that's only comes in for 2 decks. So against Affinity, I'm just going to bring in these 8 cards. Just going to bring in 4 Dust to Dust and 4 Revoke Existence and just basically try to kill all their lands and all their artifacts. That's the plan. And then against Chatterstorm, we just bring in 4 Duress, 4 Echoing Decay. And one reason why I think this deck is having some success now is because I think it's reasonable against Chatterstorm. this card specifically is good against them. It drains them for as much as they storm off. And then if you have like a board of double Souls Attendant or something, and you know they make 10 2/2s with haste, you can actually just survive that because you just gain 20 life, and then if they attack you for 20, they didn't really deal you any damage. Plus, you're just going wide on the board, which is also annoying for squirrels. So I think your Chatterstorm matchup is reasonable. Yeah, they can kill you on turn 1. Sure, there's nothing you can do. That's just part of the format right now. But I think you can have game against Chatterstorm in that respect. And then we still bring in 7 cards for that matchup because that deck is silly. And then Affinity is so strong, we just bring in 8 cards for Affinity. And against blue-black, we probably just don't sideboard. We could bring in some Duress or something, but we just rely on our grindiness and our Unearths and our Unicorns and stuff to just try to get there, along with Battle Screech is a pretty grindy card, and Hawk too. So we just try to grind out against the other decks and hope that's good enough. We can also bring in, like, you know, Revoke against, you know, Boggles if we see something like that, or if we want, we can bring in Echoing Decay in certain situations. So we have other cards we could bring in, but essentially we have a two deck sideboard plan, and that's basically the deck. Let's just get right into round 1, shall we? I'll see you in round 1. Let's go. All right, welcome to round 1. We're against Tarmogoyf 3. We're on the play. See what we're up against. Yeah, this hand's fine. Basilica goes a long way in this hand because it gets us up to 3 mana, which is huge. Just lead on Souls Attendant here. Really interested to see what the 5 decks we play against this league. And there's Storm. Okay, so we're against Storm. Is what it is. So now if I just go Basilica this turn, I can guaranteed Blight Priest next turn. So yeah, seems good. Now if I just Blight Priest, I'm in a reasonable spot because unless they like storm off, I guess they could just storm off and kill me this turn. But there's nothing I can really do about that. The Unearths come out in this matchup for sure. Faithless Looting. So hopefully they're just trying to set up still. Double Relay discarded. Wow. Lotus Petal. Uh-oh. Night's Whisper. Okay. That's all they're probably going to cast this turn. Alright, so now I'm just going to go play Plains, play Blight Priest. And then next turn I can just start playing Battle Screeches. Let's see. Always yes, always yield. Also, I need to set up these triggers pretty well. And then I need to start using yes and no, because one thing I was going to say is, can this deck handle all the life gain triggers? And that is not certain. Always yield to this, and then attack. Alright, so I should be able to play a little bit faster using the hotkeys a little bit more. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to always use 3 for yes, 4 for no. Okay, well they're going to storm off here. However many squirrels they make, I gain that much life and they lose that much life. So, again, it's going to be kind of hard for them to kill me. They need to make a bunch of squirrels. Looks like they might be able to. They're making green mana right now, but they don't make enough squirrels. I get to go Battle Screech, Flashback, Battle Screech next turn, drain them for 4, gain 4 life. And that's not bad. I wish I had more Soul Sisters here, but it's like not the case. And I'm probably just going to die anyway. And then we bring in 7 sideboard cards in this matchup. They have Storm 7 here. I mean, this is not going to be enough, because if they just, let's say, make 8 2/2s with haste, I get to gain 8, and then they just attack for 16. That's not lethal. They discard Duress. They have Duress main for the mirror. First day of class into Chatterstorm. Oh, they just looted it with Relay. Do they not have the Chatterstorm? I feel like they do. Yeah, okay. So they make 10 2/2s with haste. They get drained for 10 down to 3, and then I just kill them with Battle Screech here. Nice. That is why this matchup's decent. They're staying back with 2 creatures. I can just take here. And then I just go Ash Barrens, Battle Screech, Flashback, Battle Screech. Nice. Sweet. Got him. Beat Storm in game one, and now our sideboard plan looks to be like it's working perfectly. So I was thinking about exactly what to board in or out. I think Unicorn is kind of trash in this matchup because just making a big Unicorn isn't nearly as good as draining them because they can just chump Unicorn so easily. So I think this is better. Suture Priest's Fire in this matchup, and Duress, Echoing Decay are obviously good. Along with just gaining a bunch of life, it is nice. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. I think Priest of Ancient War is just better than Unicorn. Maybe, like, they don't have a hand where they can go off and I can kill them with Unicorns rather than something else, but I think it seems bad to me. Like, it just seems too slow. Maybe that's wrong because I can gain a bunch of life and then force them to just keep chumping Unicorn, but I'd rather just have this as a life gain and card advantage card. Just Duress, Echoing Decay, stop them from going off. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to have Unicorns because I'm planning to like Duress them, but I'm not sure. Well, I'm gonna keep this. Just gonna go on the Soul Sisters into Squadron Hawk game plan here. Oh, wow, I thought people don't usually like play these anymore. Another black card, not ideal, not the worst. I'm gonna just play Soul's Attendant though. Okay, Basilica. That was a good draw. Let's go Soul's Attendant, yield, Basilica. Bounce this, attack for 1. Next turn I can just play Unicorn, basically play a 5/4 for 3 mana. That's pretty good. They don't have any more lands. Okay, that was probably the worst draw possible. We're still looking to be okay here. Now I just always yes and yield to this. And then attack for 2. Cannonade? Oh my god. Wasn't expecting that, but now we're in trouble. They did have to sacrifice a land for that. Alright, I should probably just go play Plains, play Squadron Hawk, and then play Night's Whisper. I'm going to have to discard. Go play land down to 5 cards, play Hawk down to 4, get 2 more Hawks, up to 6 cards, and then Night's Whisper up to 7 cards. Okay, we're fine. I don't want to Night's Whisper and draw the other Hawks, so I'm supposed to do it like this, I think. Okay, and then I could have played another Hawk, but I think I'd rather draw cards here. Now I have Echoing Decay, which is nice. Night's Whisper. Okay, hopefully they can't kill me here. Rite of Flame. Star Pass. Okay, nice. So, let's see. I can't go Blight Priest plus Echoing Decay, but this isn't even doing that much anyway. I have 4, potentially 5 mana. I think I'm going to cycle this for Swamp. Play Swamp. Play Hawk. Just leave up Echoing Decay. And then just start attacking. I could hold back, but I do have this Decay, so they have to Duress into go off now. And hopefully I can just draw into more Echoing Decays at this point. Add black mana, sure. Dark Writ. I have 9 cards. Yep. Night's Whisper down to 14. And they just pass the turn. Wow, they have to discard. Wonder if they're waiting for Duress. I think I'm now just supposed to play double Hawk and attack for 2. So let's just do that. Hawk. No. Hawk. No. Pass. So again, they need Duress into the ability to combo off, which they could have. Yeah, they're trying to wait. Soul's Attendant. Okay. I definitely like playing this. I think I'm going to start with Night's Whisper, Duress. Then I don't have Echoing Decay up. I think I'd rather hold up Decay than just fire off Duress, because they could have so much redundancy, and they need Duress to stop me, basically. I guess they could play multiple first day of class. They discarded Chatterstorm, so do they just have like a bunch of Chatterstorms? I think I'm just gonna go Soul's Attendant, tap land, attack for 4. I could not attack, but I do want to kill them at some point here. And even the one Soul's Attendant makes it kind of tough for them to go off. I guess they could just cannonade again right here. I guess they could always find that, but... Alright, they might be doing it. So I need to have them... I don't want to see double first day of class. But even then, I could just Echoing Decay to survive, potentially. Oh shit, I was supposed to just maybe play Blight Priest too. Because then they need second Cannonade to kill me. Because then if they make like 8 squirrels or something, I just drain them for 8 with these 2 cards. Yeah, they're just playing this without first day of class? Why can't I always yes to this? That's annoying. Oh, because it's always yielded. Turn off auto yields. Yes. And then always yes, always yield. Okay. Now they're just going to pass the turn with a bunch of mana floating? Do they have like a Galvanic Relay? Should have played this, I think. I'm not sure. Because then if they just kill it, or kill my Soul's Attendant and kill me, I would have wished I had Echoing Decay up. But next turn I can go Duress, Light Priest, and still have Echoing Decay up. So I can do it all next turn. Kind of expecting them to just play a Galvanic Relay here. Yep. Okay. Let's see what they hit. Star, Morphos, Petal, Chatterstorm, Relay, Looting, Silent Blood. All spells, wow. Wonder if I'm supposed to just decay now? I mean, these aren't really doing anything. They can just attack for 6. And next turn they're going to Chatterstorm again. They have 2 cards left. Yeah, I'm just going to untap. It's Duress. Cabal, Ritual, Rite of Flame. I mean, how many Rite of Flames are in the yard? 2. So this makes 4 mana, so it adds 3, and this essentially adds 3 black. I'll just take the Rite of Flame. I don't know what's better. And then let's go Blight Priest, drain you for 1. Yield. Go Basilica, bounce Plains, and then attack for 4 in the air. And now I'm just in a great spot. They basically need to find Cannonade off this Looting and Sign in Blood and Manamorphose and Star. So they have a lot of draws, but them just making a bunch of squirrels doesn't do anything here. Petal, you got it. This is sweet. Morphos. Red, black. Red, blue. Black, black. Sign in Blood. Cabal Writ. We knew about that one. Sign in Blood, go to 1. They literally have to Cannonade. And then that also kills their board, and then I still have Echoing Decay. They might have sided out Duress. Which seems kind of weird. Maybe they just have like 2 or something. Storm 6. Black, black, blue floating. Let's see if they can get out of this. Make a bunch of mana. Play Chatterstorm, play Relay. Okay, there's first day of class. They learned what they get. Oh, they got Intro to Annihilation, so they can exile like this, I guess. That's fine. So they can go. Oh, they don't have enough. Oh, they do. They have just enough mana to go Intro to Annihilation, like target this or this, and then Chatterstorm, but then not enough to Relay. Intro to Annihilation that resolves. And now Chatterstorm, and then I just Echoing Decay their board. Let's just yield to first day of class. And then I have the Decay. Nice. And that's why you have a million sideboard cards. And then we just attack. Nice. Got the first match against Chatterstorm. Let's see you in round 2. Let's go. All right, 1-0 after defeating Chatterstorm against Thunderfingers in round 2. Would you like to play first? Yes. This hand is pretty bad, to be honest. I mean, I have spells I can cast. It's just really not great. Like, I have a turn 2 Suture Priest, turn 4 Battle Screech. Maybe flash it back. Have an Unearth. I don't really have any payoffs. My mana is kind of awkward. I think I can just do better. Alright. Well, this is better. Let's keep. This is tough. I can't put back land, and I can't put back my 1-drop or my Unicorn. So I think it's between putting back like Priest or Blight Priest, because I don't think I want to put back Hawk. So it's one of the 2 priests. I think it's just Blight Priest. It costs 3 mana. I have another 3 mana card that if I draw another planes, I can still cast. Yeah, Blight Priest is good to have access to in some matchups, but just because we don't have a black source yet, our black source when we draw it is going to be tapped. I think it's just best to discard the black card to bottom it and just go from here. This is burn. If it's burn, that's a good matchup for us too. I'm just gonna Suture Priest here for sure. These actually aren't as good as the Soul Sisters because I want to gain life off their creatures. I don't really want to drain them for 1, but I can still gain life off my creatures, which is just this matchup. We should never lose this matchup, I don't think. We have 12 Soul Sisters. Maybe they have some like Wraths post board they can get us with, but I really don't think we should lose this matchup ever. That being said, I might just lose it here. Just gonna play this to be efficient, and then play this like next turn. Down to 14. Just gonna keep playing out my Soul Sisters. They kind of have to keep killing them. See, this is a matchup where we get to bring in 4 Duress. Oh wow, they just have double Searing Blaze. That's good for them. They got us down to 8. We haven't been able to gain any life yet because our draw is pretty awkward. Okay, well this is good. I get to at least gain 1 life here, and they have to point burn at this. Having the double Searing Blaze was brutal because they got to deal me damage and deal with my board. Triple Hawk. Okay. And then attack for 1. They have 3 cards left. Hopefully we don't just die. I mean, I could just die here. Next turn, if I draw a land, am I playing Double Hawk? They suspend Riftbolt. That's a good sign. They deal with the Soul's Attendant. If they do, we're going to lose game 1 here. We haven't been able to deal them any damage or gain any life, really. Oh, wow. They didn't want to just tap out for Riftbolt on this right now? I mean, if I Unicorn, I make a 4/3 that they kind of have to deal with too. I also might need to gain 2 life to survive. Because they can like end of turn bolt me, untap rift bolt me. Might need to gain 2 life. Because if they deal me 6 damage, I go to 3, but I kind of want to be at 5. So I think I am going to go play Ash Barons, play Squadron Hawk, play another Squadron Hawk, try to gain 2 life here. Maybe they kill this in response. No, they don't. Wow. Okay, I'm getting the hang of these hotkeys here. Can we crash MTGO with a bunch of triggers at some point this league? We'll see. Okay. Well, we went back up to 11. Yeah, it would have been good to play Unicorn that turn, but again, I wanted to gain 2 life, because then if their hand is like Bolt, Fire Blast, they can't kill me yet. Because they Rift Bolt me down to 5 now, and then the Fire Blast doesn't kill me. So, not dead yet. Not looking great, though. Need to draw like another Soul's Attendant or Suture Priest or something would be fantastic. I have a land, that's good. I'm at 5. Curse. Okay. That's beatable. Oh, I guess not. I had the Fire Blast, so I was right to gain 2 life, but we lost game 1 against Burn. The double Searing Blaze was brutal. Okay. Now we know what we're against as well. These come out for sure. The rest comes in. And then what's our other like worst card basically? They might have some Wraths. Could just side out 2 Unearth and keep in everything else. They are gonna have to kill all of our like ways to gain life, and then if we just can unearth them, it seems pretty good. Maybe we just don't need to Blight Priest. All we need to do is gain life. Unicorn just might be better than Blight Priest, because once this gets out of range, they just cannot kill it. And this they can just always kill. Don't want any revokes for like their curse or anything. Wonder if I need to side out more black cards. I don't think so. I think our mana's fine. It's kind of hard to support these duress with the way the mana base is built, but that's Pauper for you. Alright. Snap keep this. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. We can always cycle this on Earth. But if we draw a Black Source, just unearthing one of these 2 is going to be solid in this matchup as well. Please don't let me lose to Burn with Soul Sisters. That's crazy. Again, a Wrath is how they can beat us. So definitely want to be aware of that. But I mean, I have to play to the board, so it's not like I can do that much to play around it. All right, they mulligan to 5. Soul's Attendant go. I wonder if this deck does want like 1 or 2 more black sources, like another Ash Barons, or even like 1 Evolving Wilds, or I don't think you want second Swamp. I think 1 Swamp is good, the way the deck is built right now. I'm gonna just Lightning Bolt this right now, or do I get to gain 1? We don't have actual life gain spells, so if they are able to kill every single one of our creatures, then we actually don't gain life, so that's something. They're on a mulligan to 5, though. So they do just bolt the Soul's Attendant. Soul Warden. I'm just still gonna Priest here. Yes, I don't gain life off their creatures, but it's still just so much more mana efficient. I can still go Unicorn, make a 4/3 next turn, or just Soul Warden. See what I draw. Searing Blaze. Oh, Curse. Okay. Curse is fine. Another creature? Let's just yield to this. Land. The problem is if I just go Unicorn, they can just bolt the Unicorn. I'm still just going to do it. It's also mana efficient. It gets like a clock down on them, and it really does require an answer here. Yes, yield, and then attack for 1. So many triggers from this deck. This deck is pretty fun to play. Likely cycling Unearth next turn because I just don't have a black source yet. We'll see. I mean, if they kill Unicorn, it would be nice to just be able to Unearth it. But again, we need to draw in Ashburns or our other black sources are tap lands. So they basically need an answer to this Unicorn, and I feel like they likely don't. Oh, they do have both. Okay. So Ashburns or Swamp is a really nice draw. Duress. That is not a good draw. Cycle. Needle drop me. Okay, sure. Another Unearth. Okay, let's just go land Soul Warden at this point. And cycle this other Unearth next turn. Gain 1, attack for 1. I'm expecting them, I mean, they have to have some type of rats to deal with Chatterstorm, right? Don't know exactly what that is. It could just be the red 1-drop and you like pay 2, sack it, reveal X cards, deal X damage to each creature without flying. They could just have that card. I think, if I'm thinking correctly, I think that's what the card does. Yeah, we're looking fine here though. We can draw a card. We have 2 life gainers out. We're still at 18. Okay, let's lead Thraben, because this cycles just like Unearth, and it triggers double life gain. Needle drop us. Maybe looking for removal. Nice. This is good. Yield to this. I can yield to Thraben too. Let's crack Clue. It's not ideal. Let's attack for 2, and then I'll cycle the Unearth end of turn. I don't think there's any reason to cycle it now. We've already played our land. How many black sources do we actually have in the deck? We have 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11. It's not bad. It's not that many. It's definitely not enough to consistently turn 1 Duress, but again, we also have 12 white 1-drops that we want to always play on turn 1, and the mana in Pauper's not that great. Skewer the Soul Warden. Okay. Still have a Suture Priest, so still going to be able to gain some life here. They only have 2 cards left. They are holding us down, though. Cycle. Okay, another Soul Warden's good. Let's get a Battle Screech or something going here. Nice, called it. Ask and you shall receive, right? Nice. Now we just gain 8. That should do it. And then flashback Battle Screech. Right now, yeah, they could have some Wrath, but a lot of times their Wrath does not hit flyers. I'd rather just gain the life now and just commit to the board. I guess they could have Electrickery, but they just concede, yeah. They might not have Electrickery because it's not that great against first day of class into squirrels. Okay. I think the sideboard plan is still good. I am wishing I had 1 more black source in the deck. Like, I could just cut planes for Ash Barrens or Evolving Wilds, essentially. That might be worth it. I think the black isn't bad in the deck, though. Okay, this is a Snap Mulligan. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand is much, much better. A little clunky, but definitely going to keep. It's close between putting back Blight Priest or Basilica. I mean, I don't think we necessarily need... I can just draw another land naturally, and I don't need 5 mana. And this is kind of clunky. But Blight Priest could be a decent threat. So let's just put back Basilica here. That might be wrong, I'm not sure, but we're going to do it. Hopefully we draw another untapped land to go like 1-drop, 2-drop, and then play Basilica. Okay, they lead Forgotten Cave, so they might have a lot of spells. Dog going off. Just going to lead Soul Warden here. If they kill it, they kill it. Nice. Untapped land. Perfect. Now I can just go Suture Priest next turn. Lewin, stop. Wait, delivery. Let me pause because this is probably annoying. Okay, I'm back. They're going Chain Lightning me? Interesting. Does that mean they have some type of wrath? They just want to needle drop me to draw a card to try to hit more land drops or something? I get to at least gain 1 life now. Now I'm going to go Soul Warden into Basilica because it allows me to play the Basilica this turn. So in that sense, it's actually really mana efficient. And getting the Soul Warden down is like just as good or better than the Suture Priest anyway. And it costs less mana. So I just like this line. They're going to Wrath me here. Yeah. Okay. Figured. So now I can play Blight Priest, and then next turn on turn 4, go Suture Priest into Hawk. It's just, again, it's the mana efficient line. Generally, spending all your mana is going to be better. Playing Suture Priest and then not gaining any life immediately is also not fantastic. So I like this line. They Lava Spike us, Needle Drop us again. We're down to 12, and they're tapped out with 4 cards in hand. Okay. Ooh, there's Unearth. That is nice. So now I think I want to Unearth a Soul Warden and then play a Suture Priest and then attack. Unearth Soul Warden seems like exactly what I want to do. Now do I want to play Suture Priest or do I want to play a Squadron Hawk? They would need another Cannonade, which they could have. If I Hawk, I play around Cannonade a little bit better, but I'm going to commit more to the board next turn anyway. Just Priest here. Okay. I think that was correct. I'm not 100%. Again, another Cannonade is brutal for us, but they just have it. Okay, damn. Brutal. Now we want more Soul Wardens, more Unearths is good. Unicorn, okay. Just go land, Hawk. Get triple Hawk. They have 4 cards left, and we know they're all spells, so that's not exactly ideal. And then just play Unicorn. It hits for more damage, and if we are able to gain life next turn, it threatens to get out of hand. So if I find an Unearth, I'm going to Unearth Soul Warden over anything else. Which is funny. More Soul Wardens, more Unearths is exactly what I want. And there's a Thermal Alchemist. Interesting. That does threaten to deal a lot of damage. They're going to bolt this right now. They know our hand has to be triple Hawk. Unearth, nice. Let's go Unearth a Soul Warden. That's also why I like the Quad Unearth in this deck. It's really nice. We get to gain 2 life, give our Unicorn +2/+2. If they have a Bolt here, it's annoying. But it's potentially beatable. Problem is they just have 4 spells in hand. They have it. Okay, nothing I can do. Gonna have to just try to race, which is gonna be rough. That's all I can do. And just attack. I stand by that this matchup should be great for us. I mean, I guess with opponent having like 4 Cannonades post board, maybe it's not, but Searing Blaze at Unicorn. Ping. We go to 8 essentially. They have 2 cards in hand. Are we just dead? Lava Spike, and then another Lava Spike. Damn. That feels bad to lose this matchup. They Fire Blast us? No. Yeah, they do. Oh, okay. Don't know why they did that. Just slow rolling us. GG's. Lost a burn with Soul Sisters. I don't think I made any bad decisions. We just got wrecked by double Searing Blade in game one, and then we got double candidated in three. So yeah, maybe the matchup's not as good as I think it is, considering all the cannonades, but I still think it's got to be good. Like they have to answer all our soul urns, and if we have a hand that's a little bit better than the ones we had with more soul urns, it just gets harder and harder for them to answer. But oh man, that felt rough. To like when you see you're playing against Burn and you're playing Soul Sisters. I played that matchup maybe 4 or 5 times and I've never lost, so that was the first loss. So understandable. Oh, we're against Lindoso. This is a classic Boggles player, Brazilian player. Sounds very clunky, but I'm gonna keep it. We have good mana. We have a lot of threats. We have a lot of stuff to do. Let's just keep. Okay, is it burn? Wow. Could be like red white. I think they have changed from playing Boggles to playing other decks, so we'll see. Basilica. Okay. Basilica is actually not bad. They said, hey, fine. I think they're saying I'm fine. GLHF. So this is probably red white, like Boros Bully or something. They cycle. There's Unicorn. All right, let's go Soul Warden. So I can just Basilica now. Might as well. Pass. Next turn, I think I just Suture Priest plus Barons. That's all I can do, really. I mean, I could Hawk, but... Cleansing Wildfire, my bounce land? Ugh. Brutal. I mean, I have plenty of black sources. I just get planes. That is not what I wanted to see. Jeez. Was not expecting that. I was kind of just expecting, again, Bully. That was so brutal. I mean, I guess they are Bully just with, like, Wildfire, maybe, and the other the 3-mana Cleansing Wildfire main. They're just cycling. They're not really doing much, but they're drawing cards. Okay, they have Artifact lands. So they probably have Galvanic Blast. Core Skyfisher bounce a land? Sure. There's Unicorn. Unicorn should be good. Let's go Suture Priest, Barons, pass, up to 25. Next turn I can start dropping Unicorns and or Blight Priests. Can also Night's Whisper to try to hit more lands. Ooh. Okay. Well, now I can also think about playing Hawk. I guess they have a Core Skyfisher to block to hold on to the Monarch, which is going to be a problem. I think I'm just going to Unicorn here. Try to get these out of hand. Yes. Yield. 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 Just 3 mana 5/4. They kind of need... They don't even have Metalcraft for Galv Blast. I guess they could have Journey to Nowhere, which looks like what they're going to play. They're just slamming it. And I'll just play another Unicorn. Oh, Spare Supplies. Okay. So they need another Artifact land to Galv Blast this, which they could easily have. But Thraben Inspector into Galv Blast? Okay. Oh, this doesn't work because I gain... Oh, yeah, I gain the life before the clue comes down. Wow. There's no way for them to Galv Blast this because they're the active player, so my triggers happen first. Nice. So get out of Galvanic Blast range. That's nice. And then they blast this. So yeah, they thought they could kill this, but they forgot about the life gain trigger, I guess. They draw a card, though. Another Suture Priest. So I can just play another Unicorn. Or I can play like Suture Priest into Inspector. I can also play Knight's Whisper into Inspector. I guess Suture Priest into Inspector is probably the best line. It's kind of tough to say. That Cleansing Wildfire really wrecked us. Set us back so much. Yield to that. Attack for 9. They're going to chump. They basically just need Journey to Nowhere for this Unicorn now. And then I can keep playing Blight Priests and or Unicorns. Okay, they have it. It is a problem that they have the Monarch here. Gallblast a Suture Priest. Play a Core Skyfisher. It's just Boros Monarch. They're doing the thing. If I don't draw land, I'm going to Knight's Whisper here to try to hit land drops. Definitely falling behind. Okay. Can still go Knight's Whisper into Hawk. I'm not gaining any life with this Unicorn right now anyway. I can also just play double Hawk, trying to take the Monarch. That seems good to me. Can Knight's Whisper later. Yes. So I can get all the Hawks. Might as well just commit to the board for now. Especially since I'm hitting my land drop. Okay, pass. Also remember that we do not have removal in this deck. Glenhawk, bounce spare supplies. Yeah, I'm in trouble. Also at 32, which I'm not sure is that relevant. They're just outdrawing me right now. They're doing exactly what they're trying to do. See if we can claw our way back in here. Wow, they're attacking with both. That would be aggressive. I can just take 2. Battle Screech. Okay. Can go Battle Screech, Flashback, Battle Screech, make a bunch of 1/1s. Kind of want to hold off on that if I can. I'm going to try to draw a land here. We do. Just going to play this, play Unicorn at this point. Guess I could play Blight Priest. Unicorn threatens to start attacking potentially, but I guess this also threatens to start draining them. Let's just play this. Okay, I have 5 mana now, so if I draw another land, I can start double spelling. Golden Egg. I need more Soul Wardens and stuff, which I can find. They're gonna like just draw their entire deck here. I would definitely be fine playing against Burn like every round. So it sucks to lose that. They're at 22. They're attacking with these 2. With those 3. And I can double block a Glinthawk. I guess then they can burn one of my Hawks. I think I'm just going to take for now. I can triple block their creatures later. There's another land. So I can just go Hawk plus Battle Screech plus Flashback Battle Screech. I think that's the line. So let's go Hawk. Use the ability No. Battle Screech. Again, should I wait on this? I think I just want to play it to just make a big board at this point. Battle Screech, flash it back. I guess I could have, I can tap an Inspector. It's not really doing anything on this board. And then pass the turn. Again, we just need Soul Sisters at this point. They probably have a million more removal spells though, so not looking great. But at this point, I might be able to like play multiple creatures. Cleansing Wildfire. Yeah, I want to use the ability. Let's get Swamp. Guess they can try to take me off black sources, so I should probably deploy this Blight Priest sooner rather than later. Oh, whoa, they're going in? Alright. Now, I think I'll just like... Oh, they're gonna... They have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Oops, no, let's not block there. They're going to play the +2/+0. As far as I understand, I think I'm supposed to just trade off. Maybe I'm not supposed to trade Blight Priest, but I want to take less damage here. So they just let this happen now. Okay. And they're going to let me take the Monarch? And there's a Suture Priest. Okay. Don't fully understand. Like, why? How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can really only play 2 spells. And I probably want to play Suture Priest into Unicorn. Just deciding how many flyers to attack with. Could attack with 1, but then if they just kill that, I don't get to take the Monarch at all. So I'd rather attack with all 3, make sure to take the Monarch, and then they can take it back, and just I'll let them take it back. Oh, they strands. Okay. Sure. They couldn't really strands last time, because if they pro-white, it doesn't really save their creatures that well. So now I'll Suture Priest into Unicorn. Yeah. At least this way, unless they have a Bolt or a Galvblast, which they probably have. Yeah, they do. Okay. At least my Unicorn's not dead yet. We also have a million Unearths. Abrade the Unicorn, sure. Cycle Secluded Step. Another Core Skyfisher. Just getting super outvalued here. This seems like a pretty bad matchup, honestly. They have 4 cards in hand. They've just had the Monarch for too long this game. The Cleansing Wildfire just really, I think, won them the game. All right, let's go. Now let's go Unicorn. Let's lead on Blight Priest. Then play Unicorn, then play Barons. They're just F6 here. I still have this clue sitting here. Let's yield to these. Okay. I don't have attacks. 17 to 21. Guardian of the Guild Pack. That's a problem. They can always take back the Monarch with that. Prism. Maybe they're out of removal. We're kind of out of gas as well, which is a problem. They're attacking for 8? That's a lot. Alright, let's triple block this one. That way if they play a Bolt, I still kill it. They can always flashback strands to retain the Monarch. All right, start by cracking this. Another Scoured Barons. Okay, let's go Blight Priest, Barons to trigger everything. And then I can attack with Bird plus Unicorn. I guess I can't really attack with Unicorn. They just get a free block here. I just attack with Bird to threaten to take the Monarchy, I guess. That's all I can do. They're going to strands? They don't. They just figure they can take the Monarchy back. They don't care about me drawing a card, I guess, at this point. Also at 12, so I could just die to a flurry of, like, Galvanic Blasts. Priest, I get to draw a card. Okay. Soul's Attendant. A Braid, kill my bird. Seems like it's going to be lethal. Attack for 8 down to 4, and then blast me. They've only, I think, played one Galvanic Blast. Yeah, they just have it. Okay, GG. I fell behind that entire game. Now I wonder how many Revokes and or Dust to Dust I want. I feel like I want a lot. I want to be able to like always kill their artifact lands and even their prisms and stuff whenever they play it. Maybe just all of them? I mean, that might just be way too many. Maybe just go like 2 Revoke, triple Dust to Dust, and just plan on just trying to kill like double artifact lands with these. Because revoking like a prism isn't even that good. I could also just do this. Yeah, maybe just 4 Dust to Dust. Okay, let's just try this. Don't think I necessarily want Duress. I just kind of want to stick to my plan, I think. I think I can... I like to cut a couple Soul Wardens, even though they're good. It's better to side... I like siding out a couple, especially when they're going to be bringing in Wraths. It makes you less susceptible. Suture Priest also isn't even that great. I'm taking out a lot of my life gain synergies then. We're not like 1 Unearth. Can even board out a Blight Priest. I guess Unicorn is worse than Blight Priest. Boarding out Unicorn seems crazy, actually. Alright, just Suture Priest. Just board out triple Soul Warden. Board in quad Dust to Dust. Call it a day. Get 1 Unearth. I could have sided out 2nd Unearth, I guess. Alright. Let's hope these Dust to Dusts are active. And we need to draw land. Okay, there's a bridge. We're on pace. Alright, I can get double Hawk here. Don't want to get 3 because I don't want to discard. Play an artifact land. Even if they just go like land prism, it's fine. I can't actually cast this now because I don't have 2 targets. So that's something. So if I just play Unicorn, it just might die. I can just play Hawk, play Basilica, save the Unicorn. I like that better, I think. Let's just start by attacking. Play Hawk, play Basilica. Stay at 7 cards in hand. I'm not going to get the last Hawk. That would suck if we draw it, but I don't want to discard. They cycle, sure. Nice, another artifact land, perfect. Now I just get to exile 2 lands. They bounce this. Yeah, this should be rough for them at this point. Okay, let's go land. Dust to Dust these. Soul Warden, pass. Nice. Nice, I just get to play another Dust to Dust. Sweet. Love it. Just get these. Play Priest. Yield. Pass the turn. I have 5 mana. Maybe I do want more Revokes because killing a land on turn 2 is really strong. I have 5 mana here. So if I go Soul Warden into Unicorn, I get triple trigger, but if I go Unicorn into Soul Warden, I get quad trigger on the Unicorn. Is that right? No. If I Unicorn... If I Soul... Yeah, I should Unicorn first. I get 1 more trigger. Again, 1 less life overall, is it? But I get 1 more trigger on Unicorn. Yield, yes, and yield. I could just not play this to play around like some type of wrath, but I'm just gonna grow the unicorn, just get that out of range of burn spells and pass the turn here. I guess I could have left up one planes, but whatever. Bridge, okay. Okay, wow, I can just kind of go off here. Do I play Blight Priest, drain for 3? Or do I just play Priest of Ancient Lore, draw a card? I think I'm just playing Blight Priest. Just gonna go in here against a Wrath. Yield, just triggering a million times. Okay. Wow. This deck definitely has a lot of triggers. Let's yield. Yes. Get the last hawk. Okay. They conceded. The double dusted us was too much. And again, maybe, especially on the draw, maybe I want the revokes just to turn to exile your land. Seems good. Can go down on an unearth. They're going to have 4 of the red-white artifact lands and maybe 5 other artifact lands. Plus, they just play a bunch of artifacts. Maybe 8 is too much. I don't think they can really side any out, though. Can side out like a couple inspectors. I want to keep at least 9 of the sisters because I need to be able to trigger Blight Priests and Unicorns at some point. I guess not necessarily, but yeah, let's try this. I don't know if this is correct, but triple revoke, quad dust to dust. Could even go quad revoke, triple dust to dust. But dust to dust just seems like it's better value. Hey, when the meta's unhealthy, you bring an unhealthy sideboard, right? Ooh. I just don't think I can. I have to mulligan. It's just too risky. Even if I draw 1 land, I don't really function that well. Alright, let's keep this. Put back. Battle Screech is so good. It's just so long till I get to that. And if they have a Cleansing Wildfire, I get wrecked. Alright, I think this is what I'm supposed to keep. Radiant Fountain. So they're going to bounce land onto most likely. So if they just Cleansing Wildfire me now, it's fine. Yeah. I wonder if I play around that by going Barrens. Doesn't really play. I guess it does because they might want to fire off a Cleansing Wildfire, and I don't want to get crushed. I think I am going to wait on the Basilica here. Especially I drew another untapped land. Yeah. I just don't want to get my bouncing Cleansing Wildfire yet. The Raven Inspector, sure. That gives me an artifact to have as another target for Dust to Dust. Cleansing Wildfire? Doesn't really do anything. Just cycles for them. Oh, they crack Clue now. Okay. Nice, that was a good draw. So at this point, I might as well play Basilica, and if they kill it, they kill it at this point. It's not as painful anymore. It's still bad, but now I just go Hawk. Get 2 Hawks. Yield. I guess use the ability. Yes, I can only get 2 because I'm going to play a bounce land and retain 7 cards in hand. Yield to this. Bounce land. Bounce of Barrens. No attack. Okay. Again, if they Cleansing Wildfire now, it also takes their turn. Geomancer's Gambit or whatever. Oh, Golden Egg. Sure. Play an artifact tap land, please. We'll have to just dust to dust 2 things. I mean, I can dust to dust these. It's not great. Wait, are they... Are they not playing a land? They didn't play a land. Wow. I mean, they can crack these to look for lands, but I think just if they're doing that and I'm going unicorn, trigger, and then trigger again, that's just going to be better. Yeah, I'm just going to unicorn into Scoured Barrens here. It's got to be the play. They need Galvanic Blast here. Get to attack. They drew a land naturally. They have 2 artifacts right now. Yeah, but see, now that it's like a little bit later in the game, a Cleansing Wildfire is not as bad. It sets me back 1 mana, but getting set back 1 mana now isn't as bad as, like, you know, on turn 2. Because I'll still have plays I can make. They have 7 cards in hand still, so it's going to be a grind. Abrade the Soul Warden. You got it. Journey to Nowhere, the Unicorn. Core Skyfisher, bounce Golden Egg. Oh, bounce Thraben. Okay. Another copy of Battle Screech. I mean, going attack with Unicorn and then Screech, flashback Screech seems pretty good. Exiling Clue plus Golden Egg also seems decent, but I think I'd rather just get a bunch of birds down. Sucks I don't have my Soul Warden anymore. But I have more Battle Screeches to play later. Yeah, maybe I should have just been on 4 Revoke, because I can also exile Journey to Nowhere with that. Am I just on Screech plus Flashback Screech? I think so. So I'll just attack this. They just chump only 5 damage? That's interesting. I don't know if they needed to chump there. And then Screech, Flashback. Pass the turn. They Thraben. They're kind of like... Their draw's a little bit stymied right now. Okay, they just snap off a Galvanic Blast right now. Maybe that was the reason to Dust last turn. Now they're bouncing Thraben again? Or, okay, they bounce Golden Egg this time. Dusting double clues not, like, great. Why don't I just start with Night's Whisper here? Another Dust to Dust. Okay, well now I'm gonna do it. So let's cycle this. Get planes, play planes. White, white, white. Just exile these clues. Pass the turn. Not a great play. Okay, now they play a bridge, but I have another Dust to Dust. I wouldn't have played the first one if I didn't have the second one. Okay, so now I just get to exile these 2 artifacts. Not bad. Okay, now I exile this plus bridge. Could exile Golden Egg plus bridge. I think I'm fine to trade a flyer for this. My flyers don't really get through their flyers that well anyway. Okay, Soul Warden. Probably should kill bridge and spare supplies. So let's do it. Exile these 2 things. And then just go Soul Warden into Hawk? I suppose. Soul Warden, Hawk, get another Hawk. Good thing we didn't top deck that. Pass the turn. Need another Unicorn and or Light Priest here. Oh geez, that was good. Cannonade in the Glinthawk deck? Bold. Basilica. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, I think I just need to commit fully to the board here. So let's do it. No. This kind of stops them from attacking. It's not a great place for us to be. Kind of out of gas at this point. These Dust to Dusts didn't really do enough this game. They did win us game 2, so that's something. Jeez, they're just kind of doing it. They have 6 cards still. That deck just grinds so well. I'm feeling like I'm so far behind. I was about to have like a Guardian's Pledge in the sideboard, but I just wanted the hate for the other matchups. So I don't have it, but it would be nice to have 2 of those. No, and then yes, yield. Definitely in trouble, because now even when I draw Blight Priest or Unicorn, it doesn't really do anything. They have 6 cards in hand to my 0. I've just drawn a lot more lands than them as well. They were stuck on lands, but they were still functioning, and then the Cannonade was definitely worse for me. Funny if we beat Chatterstorm and then lose to these 2 decks. I mean, this deck should be a bad matchup for us, I think. Just gonna play this. Not sure if I'm supposed to. They don't have the Monarch yet. Golden Egg, sure. Yeah, this is just too much value. I feel like this is over at this point. Alright, I'm going to try to kill these. I mean, they could have Cannonade, which is why they're doing this, but they need, like, multiple removal spells to really blow me out here. Okay, just trade off. That's not good. Right, just pass the turn. Again, I have no way to anthem my team, which is probably wrong, but I was expecting to be facing like Affinity here. And we have not played against Affinity yet. Just take 2, no problem. They just have 6 cards in hand. Just cycle now. Thin our deck. Sure. Yeah, I'm playing into a Wrath here, but it's not like I'm doing much otherwise. They know about this. Just have 6. Cannonade? Oh no. Crack. Golden Egg. Sure. They're at a higher life total than us. Guardian. Resolves. Don't have blocks on the Skyfisher yet. Land. Brutal. I'm still at 22, but I'm just crack Golden Egg here. No. Attack for 4. I'll take it. I'm about ready to concede, like whenever. All right, let's just go. Abrade a Soul's Attendant. You got it. Kill another one. Jeez. Flashback. Again, I'm not doing much better than this. Again, I could have had some number of like Cast Down and other cards like that, but I was just really trying to target the top two decks and just have better game against those decks. Second Guardian. Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, they can have Cannonade, but I'm down to trade two birds for a Glinthawk whenever they want. Brutal. They only have 3 cards left, but I don't think it really matters. See, now if we top deck Dust to Dust, it doesn't really do anything as well. Thraben. Okay, that cycles. Cycle Clue. Okay, I guess this is doing it. They're also at 32. We're at 12. I mean, I can start slamming with everything, which I'm probably going to do this turn. Maybe they don't have much left. Oh, another Skyfisher. Never mind. That makes attacking with everything so much worse. All right. Blight Priest. I think I should just not attack, because if I just lose 2 birds to just hit for 5 damage, that doesn't do anything. I'm very close to dying. The Cracked Clue. Oh, they get to even cycle step. Yeah, their late game engine is just so much better than ours. I mean, they've outdrawn us by 9 cards here. We get hit to 4 and then we just die. GG's. GG's, Mendoza. Alright. We tried to get there. Fought hard, down to 1 and 2, and I'll see you in round 4. Alright, unfortunately we're down to the 1-2 bracket after winning the first match. We lost the second 2. We just got destroyed by Mendoza. Those matches, I felt behind like the entire time. I'm gonna keep this. This hand looks good. We have 2 lands, and one of them is a Basilica, which is actually nice. Wow, Heath named Red. Okay. This might be just some like ephemerate deck. Just gonna go Soul Warden pass. Next turn I can go Thraben Inspector Basilica. Not getting the matchups I thought we would. This could be, oh wow. Some mirror, oh god. Magic Online, this is the true test. Can Magic Online handle the triggers? They're Naya though. Okay, so it's not exactly a mirror. Okay, let's go with Thraben Inspector. Everybody triggers. Oh man, this is going to be crazy triggers. Bounce, I'm not going to offer the trade, because I think I have better ways to utilize this, I think. Because, I mean, I have good payoffs in Unicorn and Light Priest, but they're Naya? White Hawk. Okay, this is just a mirror. Oh god. I'm going to try to be ahead on time, because I don't know about Magic Online handling these triggers. I'm going to try to play fast. I'm just going to slam Unicorn next turn. They don't have a land? They don't have a land. Wow. Just slam Unicorn, pass. I also don't really have removal for like their unicorns. They have just infinite Thrivings? Okay, they're 5-color Soul Sisters. I don't know what's happening. Green, black, white, green, white, red. So they're like Mardu, red right now. They have 4 colors out right now. So we know they have 2 Hawks in hand as well. This Unicorn is about to start going off. Just gonna go Unicorn into Scoured Barrens, trigger a bunch of times, and then slam for 7. I guess I could have attacked with Thraben Inspector too there. I should have probably. Okay. I mean, they need removal spells for these unicorns, and then I also have Unearth to keep bringing them back, so unless they have Journey to Nowhere. Unicorn, okay. I don't have removal again, but my unicorns are already pretty far ahead of theirs. And Thraben Inspector. If somebody gets more Soul Sisters out, it's going to be crazy. Attack for 2 in the air. Got it. Okay, should I go Night's Whisper or Thraben? Should probably just Night's Whisper here. There's a Battle Screech and another Unicorn. Can't cast the Battle Screech yet, so just playing Unicorn. So theirs is a 6/5, so they can double block, but then I'm still just trading unicorns, which is good for me, I think. Okay, these get pretty big pretty fast, especially in this mirror. When they're playing a bunch of creatures triggering. We each only have one Soul Warden, which is funny. So I probably bring in Echoing Decay, and I have to be careful that their creatures don't have the same name as mine. Why do they just have so many colors, though, and so many tap lands? Well, I guess we might find out. Another unicorn? Oh, Midnight Guard. So they have the infinite combo as well. Okay. Sure. Okay, so now I can just go... Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So now I'm probably just going Battle Screech, Flashback Battle Screech, also play Thraben Inspector. I could lead on Night's Whisper. And then if I draw a land, I can still Battle Screech. If I don't... I mean, I might be able to draw another Soul Warden, so I'm going to go for this. A little greedy, but okay. Ooh, Blight Priest? I think I like that. They're at 5? Yeah. Okay, let's go land, Blight Priest, into Thraben. We just drain for 1. I guess they can go infinite, but they can't against this. Okay, this is crazy. Drain them for 1. I'm growing my unicorns, draining them. It's confusing. Like whose triggers are whose. They're stacking them. Magic Online's actually handling these triggers pretty well right now. I guess I can't attack with this one because they have a 10/9. They have to block these, which isn't that big of a deal for them. See if they trade unicorns. They don't. Okay, pass. Again, if they like suit this up with that enchantment that allows the creature to make a 1/1 squirrel, they make infinite squirrels, but then every squirrel they make, they gain 1 and they lose 1, and I gain 1. So I'm the only one who would be gaining infinite. Yeah, but I guess they would make a massive board. Just both of us need to just draw more Soul Warden effects. That's what needs to happen. There's the presence, okay. But again, this doesn't actually work yet. They can make infinite blockers. But right now I'm gaining life and they're not gaining life. They're growing both of our unicorns. I'm ahead on time, but their time's going down now. Okay. This is going to be tough. What I need to do is draw more Soul Wardens so then I can drain them out with Blight Priest. So that's my plan to win, because now I can't ever attack with my unicorns. Again, this is not actually dealing me any damage. It's making them 1/1s, but I'm still gaining life and triggering all these. it's kind of hard for them to click through it, I think, because all the triggers and the game looks like it's starting to slow down. I'm just yielding to everything basically. Okay, they only make a couple. They can make more later. I think that's what they're thinking. Um, let's start by cracking a clue. I just want to find more Soul Sisters. Hawk. I mean, playing Battle Screech doesn't really do anything. I think I'm just gonna go Plains, crack clue, try to find a Soul Warden or a Soul Sister. Okay, we did. Nice. Soul Warden, perfect. And now they're gonna try to make infinite things in response. Because if they do it after, then they start losing 2 life and gaining 1 life per creature, and they can't do that because then they would just get drained out. So this is the last time they're going to be able to make elves. Or yeah, make elves with Presence of Found. Doesn't make squirrels, I guess it makes elves. Oh, they're responding to my Soul Warden triggers to make it easier for them to go off. Okay, that makes sense. And then all these are going to trigger. And is Magic Online going to crash? That's the question. Can Magic Online handle the triggers? Again, unless they have a way to pump their team, which they could, they don't actually kill me with this because every one they make, I gain 1 life. And then whenever they attack, I've already gained the life. So making infinite power here, I gain in. If they make 1,000, I gain 1,000. So it doesn't actually work. I can't F6 though because I need to play a Hawk after this. Pretty silly. Again, this game is not over yet. Oh, they can make their unicorn. Oh, are they responding to all these? So they can give their unicorn pro white or black, but they can't give it pro both colors. So I can chump with this if I have to. I see. So they are actually getting somewhere with their unicorn. I don't know if we're going to be able to handle all these triggers. Okay, are they letting this stuff resolve now? No, they're still putting triggers on the stack. Let's just wait and see what happens. It's going to be so awful. Once my Soul Warden triggers start going off, each trigger that happens from Soul Warden, I get 4 more triggers that I have to put on the stack. I feel like that's just going to be awful. So each time they make a creature, one of these triggers is mine and one's theirs. Mine's going automatically onto the stack because it's the only thing happening. So it's going to be their life gain trigger, then mine. Again, and just giving this pro white doesn't do it because I can chump with this. And then I can just unearth it and maybe win on the next turn potentially. Okay, they're making elves. Thing is, I'm only going to have 1 turn. Okay, now I have to start stacking these. So I always want to click on Blight Priest because then I only need to click once. This sucks. This is just like not that fun. I guess it is kind of funny. So they need second Benevolent Bodyguard. do they win it? I don't even know if they win. They might need more elves than this to win. I am gaining 1 life every time. I guess I'm only gaining life for all their elves that they made, but they only have 30 elves right now. That's not that many. Their unicorn's gonna be like a ton of power too. Pretty funny pseudo mirror match here. They're splashing for the infinite combo. Well, definitely want Echoing Decay, because if they did something like this and then I was just like untap or even Echoing Decay right now. Oh, this is my turn. Forgot about that. So they're gonna get to untap and attack me, but again, they can't actually kill me. My Soul Warden's still on the stack. And they're just gonna stay at 7, I believe. Or do they end up at 8? I'm not sure. We'll find out in a second. Magic Online is handling these triggers a lot better than it used to, that's for sure. Their unicorn's also 40 power. I think if they make this unblockable, I am going to die to their board. Okay. And Soul Warden resolves. They can continue to make stuff, but now whenever a creature enters, they lose 1 life. Hawk. So they can't really have too many more creatures enter the battlefield. Triggers. Triggers. They go down to 5. Use the ability, yes. Let's get 3 Hawks. And now I just suppose no attack because they can just chump with an elf. I guess again, if they have a way to pump their team, yeah, sure, I die, but I can't really play around that, I don't think. They're looking for another Benevolent Bodyguard, perhaps? I don't even know if that necessarily kills me. Wow, they have Survivor's Encampment. Crack another clue. So they need another Benevolent Bodyguard. Looks like they don't have it. I think they just lose then. Because every creature I play, they lose 1 life. And I can easily play 5 creatures next turn. So yeah, I think they die. I guess they could have a removal spell. Let's see. Let's just lead on Battle Screech. Okay, nice. This should do it. Nice, they concede. Wow. When Infinite Elves is not enough. Sweet. Echoing Decay. Revoke Existence and Dust to Dust do not do anything. And I think most of each of our decks is going to be creatures. So I don't think Duress really does anything. Unearth also seems pretty bad. It's like, yeah, if unicorns trade or if they like kill Blight Priest or something, but I don't think that many creatures are going to be dying. I could side out like one, either like Thraben, or I could side out like a Thraben and keep in 2 Unearths. I don't hate that. Definitely want Echoing Decay for the infinite combo. I, again, do not think I want Duress. Just run this. Again, our sideboard is only set up for certain matchups, and we're not really hitting those. But I'm going to keep this. Turn 1 Soul Warden, turn 2 Barons, turn 3 Priest. Looks fine. Ooh, they even have Colony Garden. Unicorn, nice. I wonder if I was supposed to just lead turn 1 Barons. Probably not. Oh, their mana base is crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if they have... that was a good draw. I wouldn't be surprised if they have Rally the Peasants. Okay, Trigger's about to start flying all over the place again. I get to just slam Unicorn on 3 to stack these. I gotta set up the auto yield to that. If I Echo Indicate their Soulborn, it kills mine as well. Wow, another Unicorn, great draw. So yield to theirs, yield to Unicorn, yes, and yield to this. And I guess I could offer the trade of Soul Warden for Soul Warden, but I don't think I want to considering I have Unicorn right now. Standard Bearer. Okay. So if I Echo Indicate, I have to target that. Good to know. They're going to have to start chumping this. Colony Garden. Okay. I'm just going to attack, play another Unicorn. Guess I should play it main one. Because then I trigger this twice. Stack the triggers. Attack for 11. If this was a Blight Priest, though, it would just literally be killing them. Okay. Priest of Ancient Lore will be good next turn. Draw a card and double trigger the Unicorns. It's not bad. There's the Midnight Guard. Okay. They can try to go infinite next turn. But I need another Echo Indicate because they have the Standard Bearer. Okay. So I guess I'm going to go Echo Indicate this on my turn. Oh, what is this? Red mana? A burn spell? No. What? Interesting. I'm going to Echo Indicate this on my turn, though, so then they have to... Oh, Faithless Sitting. So they're like an older version, kind of. This used to be a deck, and they had Faithless, a couple copies of Looting and Rally the Peasants as alternate ways to win. You're just playing infinite tap lands. So your deck is just like super clunky. But you do get some additional power by splashing all these cards. Benevolent Bodyguard and Garden gone. And they play a Soul's Attendant. Okay. This is unfortunate because they're still going to retain one or both because they don't even necessarily need to chump both my both my unicorns. Ooh, Blight Priest. I like that. Definitely want a Blight Priest. Because then they can't really go infinite at all. So, do I play it before attacking? Just let them know about it. This is definitely better than going Decay plus Priest of Ancient Lore. They could have some type of removal spells for my life gainers, but maybe not. Yield. Okay, play land. Attack with these. They have to block one of them, but they have a plant token that they can just throw away. Alright, pass the turn. So Presence of Gond doesn't actually do it. I unfortunately can't Echo Indicate their team, but they can make infinite things, but then I'm gaining the life. They don't want to do it yet. Interesting. Swamp. Start with this. Throw a bunch of triggers around. They're going to just do this now. Oh, man, this is kind of annoying. Let's make this as small as possible. They don't have any other benefit like Unicorn or anything going on, though. I'm gaining 2 life. They're essentially gaining 0 because of Blight Priest. Let's yield to this. And this is again during my turn. So I think I'm going to have to keep stacking triggers. They're just going to make a couple and they just don't want to deal with it maybe. Triggers happening. They're just choosing not to make creatures. Interesting. Oh, another Blight Priest. Let's go. So now anything they make, they actually lose 1 life. I can attack with unicorns because if they start making things to block them, they're probably just going to chump. Then they actually lose life. So they can't actually right now. Pretty hilarious matchup here. Okay. I think I'm just going to... I don't want to F6 yet because I want to make sure all my triggers are auto-yielded to. And then I'll F6. Flashback looting. Not sure what they're even looking for. I guess Black Source plus Echoing Decay to kill my Blight Priests or something. Journey to Nowhere on 1 Blight Priest, I guess. I want a Soul Warden. Okay. I guess they can try to deal with both my Soul Wardens. Thraben Inspector. Right, let's leave it this. Start triggering a bunch of stuff. So now they're gaining 2, losing 2, and I'm gaining 1. The unicorns get bigger for what's that? Whatever that's worth, not much. Let's crack Clue. Unearth. They're at 11. Can't really like attack with everything. It's just attack with both unicorns, I guess. Again, I can only Echoing Decay the Standard Bearer right now. Kind of sucks. They had the Journey, so I can't even unearth that. So they're just making a couple chump blockers. I guess they're going to try to find more removal spells. I wonder if I should just cycle right now. I guess I'll just attack first. They're going to go chump. And then let's go cycle, land, go. Oh no, I can only Echoing Decay the Standard Bearer. That's actually wrecking my game here. Now they can start gaining life. Because now they're gaining 3 and I'm only draining for 2. So now they're gaining 1 each time they do this. Which is annoying because now they actually want to do it. It might just take up too much time also. I mean, I'm ahead on time. I haven't said anything in the chat. Unicorn, okay. I can't kill the unicorn because of Standard Bearer. This thing is just, again, wrecking me. I need to draw another copy of Echoing Decay. Is what I need. Okay. Yield to this. This is their turn as well. Second Echoing Decay would be pretty good, right? Because I could just stop any time they try to like attack with everything. Hawk. So they're actually gaining 1 on these creatures, right? Still probably worth, because I get to just deploy a bunch of flyers. They don't really need to respond to this. It doesn't really matter. Oh, their unicorn is getting really big, actually, because they have triple Soul Warden, and I only have 1. Drain for 2, grow my unicorns. So they can make this bigger than mine also, which sucks, but I can just chump. They only have 1 card left in hand. I guess the problem is they should make infinite power here, right? I think. The problem is that also if I attack with unicorns, they can just eat 1, so I can't even attack because they have triple Soul Warden. So they're out-life gaining me here. Yeah, I want to use the ability. Okay. Hawk. Just throw some triggers around. And then I'm just going to play another Hawk. They are gaining 1 on these Hawks, so maybe it's not worth, but just going to spend my mana now. Okay. I think I just need more Soul Wardens at this point. Soul Wardens and Suture Priests. No. F6. Gonna F6 their turn. This is only game 2 as well. Jeez. Oh, there's a Suture Priest. Nice. Let's go. Now they need to make Infinite Elves in response to this. But that's going to take them a lot of time. I can also attack for 3 in the air. I guess they can also make their unicorn infinite power, and then no, they can't really give it pro white and black. So I think I'm fine in that sense. I guess they can also eventually find a Rally the Peasants, which they've not found yet. Oh wow, they're not making Infinite Elves? This is a mistake, because now if they make a creature, they're not gaining life. I still don't think I really want to attack with anything, because their unicorn's already bigger than at least this one. I'll play 1 more Hawk and attack with my Hawks, because they can't do anything as it stands on this board right now. What a crazy, crazy match. Okay. And then let's yes and yield to this. I'm only at 62, which actually isn't that much, but they're also at 20. And I'm going to say okay, no, then go to attacks and attack with these. They don't have reach, right? No. And then I'm going to F6. I could just Echoing Decay this whenever. I just don't want them to know that that's my last card, really. So I think I'd rather wait. And they just concede. Yeah, they just can't beat that. Nice. Got the win in the pseudo mirror when Infinite Elves is just not that good. Sinkhole Cam, GG's. Night's Whisper into Cycle and Earth into Suture Priest. Okay. I think that's actually a good matchup for us. Just because, yeah, they can make infinite stuff, but other than that, it's not like us just having Blight Priests, Unicorns, and the Suture Priests, which I don't think they had, feels like it favors us because we have so many ways where we just basically nullify their combo. So yeah, I think that's a solid matchup for us. Advance the 2-2. What's round 5? And I kind of wanted to play against Affinity because I have 8 8 cards. This hand. I'm on the play. I can't keep, I don't think. I also have double hawk. It's just not that good. All right, this is much better. Much, much better. I think I'm just putting back Bog. I guess I can put back one Soul Warden. They mulligan as well. I think I'm just going to put back Bog. Just keep all my value. Can just draw another plains or something. Because if I keep the 3 lands and then draw a land, it's like I have too many lands at that point. So, oops. Just have 6. Ooh, it is Affinity. Okay, this is what I wanted. This is what I asked for. Am I going to get blown out by Crack Clan Shaman, though? However you say it. Possibly. Get to bring in 8 cards in the matchup. 4 Revoke, 4 Dust to Dust. Now is our time to shine. Prism, yep. Land. Untapped land. Oh, no. Might as well go Soul Warden into Inspector. Just hope they don't have Crack Clan Shaman main. They don't always play at main. Oh, I have to always yes to this. Always yes. And then Inspector. 4 triggers. Just always yield to this Inspector trigger too. We're up to 27. This is the hand we wanted against Burn. Just triple Soul Warden hand. And if they just play Crack Clan Shaman, I think I can just concede and just go on to the sideboard games. I might try to fight it out, but yeah, that would be rough. Cycle Sojourners. Okay. Get a land, sure. The thing is, Affinity is so good, even with the 8 spells, like, is it unlosable for them? No. I mean, it is going to be good for us, I think, in the post-board games, for sure, so we'll see. Land, please. 3-drop. Rough. Should have kept the land, but we haven't drawn 1 land yet. Okay, Basilica, nice. I guess I can bounce the Barons because I can trigger either of my cards again with Barons. And I don't really need 1 more mana, so let's actually do that. This is looking good. As long as they don't have a Wrath here, I should be in a pretty great spot. If they have Galv Blast mana up, do I want a Blight Priest or do I want a Unicorn? I don't want my Unicorn to be able to be Galv Blasted, so we'll see. They're also down to 13 just from being attacked with 1/1s. Their hand was a little bit awkward. They were on the mulligan as well. And if we're able to win game 1, I feel like we got to be able to win 1 out of the next 2 games. Okay, they're just leaving up a Galv Blast maybe? Or are they playing like another Prism or something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 4? Oh no. And then how many 4/4s do they have? 1? How many though? They definitely have a Galv Blast, just the way they're playing, or at least they're representing it. They're going to play it now? Please do it. Oh, nice. They're thought casting? Nice. Now I can play Unicorn and make it 5 toughness. So they'd have to double Galv Blast it, or I can make it even 6. All right, awesome. So Unicorn, get this out of range, and then Barons. At least we drew the land just like barely on time. If we drew it like 1 turn later, we probably wouldn't have functioned. And then Barons trigger 1 more time. I could have saved the I guess the Scoured Barons for next turn, but now it actually might want more mana depending on what they have. Okay, so yes, they could have double Gal Blast for Unicorn, but then it just makes me more likely that my Blade Priest is going to survive, which is honestly the better threat anyway. They played triple Thoughtcast. Oh no. They have the Karat clan, so they just sack one artifact here. There's no way they can kill a Unicorn, but I'm in a rough spot now for sure. It did have this main. This is why we can't even necessarily win this matchup. Brutal. Affinity just too strong, huh? Should played all these Thoughtcasts. I can't even commit anything else into the board, really. Okay, Unearth is great. So I have a 10-9. Am I supposed to Priest of Ancient Lore here? It just dies to Karat Clan. How do I say this? Kark? Karark. I'm just going to say Kark Clan. It's just easier to say. I have 5 mana potentially. The problem is if they just go sack one artifact, block with Mirror Enforcer, Galablast Unicorn, that's annoying for me. I also kind of want to make this represent lethal. I think I'm just going to attack with it. Force them to Wrath now, and then I can start playing stuff. If they just take 10 here, it's not great for them. Sack Mirror, block with Mirror Enforcer, sack it to Shaman, perhaps. They do. Okay. A Unicorn is going to survive, though. Oh, they're going in to kill this, or just twice? Okay, just 2. They want to kill Thraven Inspector also. Okay. Well, this is good for me, I think. So I have potentially 5 mana. So should I just go Unearth, Soul Warden, and then play Blight Priest? I think so. So let's get a Plains. Play Plains. Unearth, Soul Warden, and then play Blight Priest. Drain them for 1, trigger Unicorn. Might just be fine here. Like, they need a way to deal with this, and they cannot double Galablast it. So I just don't know if they have outs to an 11-10. I guess they can just Atog Fling us, but we're at 38 as well, so they can't. Yeah, we might be able to just get them. 4th Thoughtcast. Jeez. Tanglepool Bridge. Okay, so they're just the blue-red base version, maybe with some Ancient Grudges in the sideboard. Galablast my Soul Warden, sure. They play a 4/4. Only with 1 potential Galablast up. Tog, okay. That's a way they can trade for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, another Blight Priest. Okay, let's start with Priest of Ancient Lore. Trigger. Gain 1 draw. Nice. Scoured Barrens is actually a fine draw. I just get to trigger both things again. I think I should attack with Unicorn, because if they have to trade their entire board for it, that's fine. Sorry if you can hear that alarm going off, but it's annoying for me too. Oh, that's just... At least somebody got it. Okay, 13-12 attacking. So they have to block with... They have to sack 6 artifacts with the Tog to deal with it. I think that's winnable for me from there if they do that. They have to sack basically all their lands. Okay, they're just going to block sack. Sure, or just chump. They don't need to really sack. Okay, that's the turn. No more ways to trigger life gain at the moment. But we're still at 40. We have 5 cards in hand. This game's not over by any means. The shaman was brutal for me. 4 mana. Oh, just crack that. Okay. They've cast 4 Thought Casts and cracked a Witching Well. It's insane. Card draw. This feels like a steal, though, like if I win game 1. It's the sideboard games that I'm kind of like planning on winning. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifacts, so they can make this up to a 16, but they'd, again, have to sack most of their lands to do so. How many 4/4s did they find? 1. Plus second Atog doesn't really do much. They're attacking with the Atog. I mean, I can just take, if they want to sack their board now, that's fine. I guess I could block with Priest, because if this goes to the graveyard, I'm down to unearth it if I draw that. And this makes them still have to sack an artifact. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I'm down for this trade. Trade this for this and put this in the graveyard, which is, I think, better. Again, if I draw an earth, I'd rather it be there. Bog doesn't really do anything, right? I'm going to just attack with Unicorn. I'll play Bog, though. Maybe they have some, like, Reaping the Graves main or something. Alright, they're just chumping it. They don't want to sack their entire board. If they have a fling, can they kill me? Not sure. Exile their yard. Play another Blight Priest here. They're at 10. They attack with both the Togs. I'm probably just going to go block with both Blight Priests. Then they have to sack some artifacts to keep their Togs alive. It makes it harder to kill me in the future, too. Prism, it's a good one. Cycles. They can also crack Witching Well. This should maybe be slightly down more. Are they even going to attack? I would block both, I think. They're just attacking with one. So now I'm just trading a Tog, a random artifact for Blight Priest. Maybe that's not worth, like, see if they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can go 1, 2, 3. Let's say they have Teamer Battle Rage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they go 18, 19. It's still not lethal. They would need Teamer Battle Rage plus Galvanic Blast to kill me. I'm just going to take here, actually. I don't really want to trade for one artifact. I'd rather have multiple Blight Priests out. I really only died to TBR plus Galv Blast here. Teamer Battle Rage. Yeah, they can't really do anything. And then are they going to chump or are they going to sack a bunch of stuff to kill my Unicorn? 4 mana crack Witching Well now. Okay. Looking for more 4/4s. Soul's Attendant. Doesn't really do much. I'm going to attack with this. Again, if they want to sack their entire board to kill Unicorn, that's fine. I'll be happy with that trade. Then I can just maybe kill them with these Blight Priests if that happens. Are they going in? Felt like they should have gone in a while ago, but maybe they're playing it correctly because they have to block. They can't not block. They have to block. It's just the choice of do they want to sack their board to kill Unicorn or not. And it looks like no. It's going to be the... Oh, they are going in. Okay. They're doing it. Definitely didn't want to play this main one. So that's 7. They can let this Atog die. That doesn't really matter. But they need to sack 2 more artifacts, so then they'll only have 2 lands in play. And they've already used so much of their card draw it's going to be hard for them to really function after this. So yeah, they're left with just 2 lands here. They eat my unicorn. Then I just play this and pass. Could have even held the Soul's Attendant in hand, but I don't think I really wanted to do that. Seat, sure. Now I can even start attacking with these potentially. Oh, that was an insane draw. That's just each one drains for 2 if they don't have a Galv Blast. And if they do, I still just get to get a bunch of Hawks. Okay, they don't have it. Oh, they do have it. They're playing a Braid or something? A Fling on the Soul's Attendant after the first trigger. Okay. They still get drained for 2 when they didn't need to. They just changed their mind, I guess. Yes. Drain, drain. And then I get to just play out 2 more Hawks. Yes, I definitely want to use this ability. Just going to play these out again. And I can attack with these Blight Priests at this point because they really can't really afford to block and double sack. So they want to trade this plus... Or no, I guess they just trade an artifact for a Blight Priest. That's fine. I still hit for 3. It's definitely worth. Let's just hit with both. They want to trade a land for 1, that's fine. Then I just really hold them down resource-wise. Yeah, nice. Okay. Now it gets fun. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Finally hit the matchup we're trying to hit. So, again, they're going to have Karat clans. I can even, like, go way less on the life gain plan because I don't need that many like sisters out in order to like trigger these. I just really want to just kill all their lands and artifacts and stuff. Maybe Unearth is good because I can just keep bringing back this stuff. I had a plan for what I was going to do. What was it? Was it to side out Unearth entirely, or was I going to side out Inspector entirely and just keep all my other stuff? Inspector's not bad. I mean, it draws me towards these. Doesn't do that much. I guess it chumps a Tog. It's good. Can go down on Unearth. I don't need necessarily to have 4. I already cut 1 Suture Priest. Should I just go down to 6 Soul Sisters in total? Or is Suture... Maybe I think the plan was just side this out. Yeah, I like this. Do this sideboard. So I still go down to 6 Soul Sisters, and that's it. But my plan just becomes kill them with flyers and exile all their artifacts rather than the full combo build. And if I have 1 of these, I can still trigger these like a fair amount. Maybe I even keep the 8 and then go down like a couple of Blight Priests. Because I'm siding out a lot of the life gain package. This isn't as big of a threat. Still pretty good. All right, let's just do 7. Let's do 7 Soul Sisters and 1 Blight Priest down. I have no reasoning for that, but it's just what I'm going to try. And quad revoke, quad dust to dust feels good. I just want to open my hand and see, like, yeah, well, I did see a million dust to dust, but only 1 land. I just have to mulligan. Not going to risk it. Wow, 0 dust to dust, 0 revoke existence. The hand is functional, but it's not great. I mean, is going Hawk into Unicorn into Battle Screech going to win this matchup? I don't think necessarily that it is. I mean, yes, I'm going to be drawing dust to dusts and stuff, but I might want to just go to 5. feel like this just isn't good enough. Okay, well, I'm going to keep this on 5. Let's get rid of this. And into Scoured Barrens, I guess. This hand's not great either. Maybe I should have been the Swamp, but I can. If I draw a land, it's likely just to be a white source. They scry 2. Sucks to side in 8 hate cards, and then we saw 2 in our opening, but we only had 1 land, and then we just don't see any more. So that kind of was rough. Okay. Gonna just jam Hawk on 2. It's a good way to get out of a mulligan to 5. Thoughtcast, sure. Did they mulligan? They kept 7. Let's just get 3 Hawks so we don't have to draw them. Yield, yes. Okay. And yes, and yield. And then F6 and attack for 1. So this could be a game where we don't necessarily try to like revoke existence or dust to dust their lands. Unfortunately, we might have to just be revoking and dust to dusting their 4/4s. We'll see what happens. Mirror Enforcer, okay, it's probably all they can do this turn. Basilica. Alright, I think I like... I don't really like going land unicorn. I think I'd rather go Hawk, Basilica, and then next turn I can just Battle Screech, and then I can just try to race them in the air with this draw. So this looks fine. Can make 4 more flyers next turn. Gain 4 life, which is relevant. I could also just play Unicorn next turn plus cycle Ash Barrens, because then as I start to really deploy all my flyers, my Unicorn's also getting fat, so Unicorn's just eating good at that point. Alright, another 4/4. Now we need the Dust to Dusts. Exile those 4/4s would be good. We can also just race them by playing a bunch of creatures, gaining life, and hitting in the air, though. They only have blue up. Oh, Gear Seeker? That's a big thing. Okay, just draw Plains. I think I should still play that over Swamp. Alright, I think I'm supposed to Unicorn here, actually. Even though they can just Gal Blast it. It threatens to get big enough to stop these, like, next turn. So, I just have to take a bunch of damage this turn, hope to not die. It just kind of sucks that, yeah, we didn't find any of our hate cards. Any of our 8 cards that we brought in. Which is, I think, another reason why Affinity needs to be nerfed, because I have, you know, over half my sideboard dedicated to this matchup. And it's still possible I just don't find enough of it, and then I still lose to this matchup, even with 8 of the best possible hate cards in the matchup. So if I take 8, 13, I think that's fine. I'm not going to trade a Unicorn here. I could die to, like, red land, a Tog Fling, but sure. They're going to play a Tog here, yeah. Okay. Trigger Unicorn, though. Next turn I do get to go Screech plus Flashback, which is nice. They know about Swamp in hand. Another Ash Barrens doesn't do anything. So just go Plains, Screech, Flashback Screech. And then I don't know if I can attack with Unicorn yet. I have to kind of do some math in a second here. Splash this back. So I have 2 birds as blockers because these can't attack. I'm at 14. My unicorn only hits for 9. I have to chump a Tog with a bird. I mean, they can't really afford to take 9 here, going to 7. I guess if I attack with all of these, I can plan to go block, block, then I would die to fling, but I think I die to fling anyway, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 16. I die to fling anyway. So I think I'm supposed to just attack with all these and plan on blocking stuff with these birds. All right, let's do that. Because then if they take damage off this unicorn, if they don't have the win, they have to stay back to block it potentially. Are they going to just eat the unicorn right now? That would be fine. I can just beat that by racing in the air. Oh, they just chump. Okay. I'm at 14 though. I'm probably going to have to do a little blocking. But they also might have to block this. This is pretty cool if I can win without any of my hate. So if I take 8, go to 6, I think that's fine. Do I want to block one more thing? Just be safe? I think I do. I think I can win the long game here if I just chump chump. I also have my 9-8 out still. I don't want to die to anything crazy. It's a deadly dispute? Cast down? Jeez. Okay. That's not what I wanted to see. I had the black source for it too. There's an Atog. This is getting worse and worse. And I used up some of my flyers there. Not ideal. Let's thin our deck. So Dust to Dust would still be good. Soul Warden. Okay, it's actually not bad. Let's just play out our stuff. Soul Warden trigger. Hawk. Double trigger. Just going to gain as much life as possible. And then attack in the air. That was really bad, them having the cast down there. No. I'm just going to attack for 4 in the air. Hit them to 10. And again, I'm going to have to do blocking here. Do I have to block 2 things? Take 13, go to 3. No, then I die to Galblast. Ichor Wellspring. That's a good draw. I can just eat that with a Tog, draw an extra card, threaten more damage. Okay. Well, that just eats my Soul Wardens. It doesn't deal damage to my flyers. All right, I'm at 18. They're at 10. But I only have now 4, 5, 6 power in the air. They sack Wellspring to a Tog. Interesting. Well, another Witching Well. Okay. I think I'm losing this game, but again, I'm feeling favored overall in the match, just considering my sideboard. They're going to have a bunch of these post-board, so maybe even siding out some more Soul's Attendant is correct. Whoa, why are they sacking 2 things? They didn't need to do that. These were 1/1s. Okay. So I have to block a Tog or I die. Again, this is 13 damage going to 5. That's fine. Battle Screech is maybe my best draw. Bog doesn't do anything. Ugh. So I have to leave 3 things back to block. I think I'm just dead at this point. Alright. Cast down was too much. We just didn't draw really any hate. Take out a Soul Warden, bring in an Earth, I guess. Then I can at least threaten to bring back unicorns more often. I just don't want to play into Shaman that much. Alright, can I see some hate cards? Alright. This is reasonable. Revoke and a Dust to Dust, 2 planes, a Hawk. If I draw another land, I can Dust to Dust. If I don't, I can at least just start hawking and revoke their land. So this is exactly what I want to see. I'm on the play too, so I guess I would rather draw this hand on the play than last game when I was on the draw. I want a 3-2 this league, that'd be cool. No 1-drop, go. Again, don't want to rely as much on the Soul Sister plan when they're going to have like probably 4 Shaman in their deck. Nice, I just get to exile a tap land, love it. Nice. This is fine to exile this now because I can play a tap land plus a Hawk next turn, and they won't have 2 targets to Dust to Dust yet anyway. I could have even played Hawk that turn, given them 1 more turn, and then played a tap or played tap land, but I like my line better. Okay, let's just go Barons plus Hawk, and then next turn I'm going to play into Dust to Dust 2 lands. Then that should just be enough, hopefully. I think I can get all 3, because even if I draw a card, I can cast a card next turn, so not in any danger of having to discard. I guess they could have some type of counterspell for this Dust to Dust, but if they don't, that's going to be tough. Turn 2, Stone Rain, turn 3, or turn 4, double Stone Rain. It's just a lot. Land? No. If they have a bunch more lands, they can also get back into it, but it's going to be tough still. I also have still 6 more hate cards in my deck that I can just draw, which isn't bad. Soul's Attendant. Do I want to play that plus Hawk this turn? Or do I want to play Priest of Ancient or try to draw a land? That seems worse to me. Let's play Soul's Attendant plus Hawk. And then next turn I can choose to start playing Blight Priests and draining them. But I'll probably just play a Priest of Ancient Lore if I don't hit a land next turn. Well, maybe not. We'll see. Don't need to use the ability. And let's yes. Always yes. Always yield. Make sure this actually worked. It does. Okay. Is Revoke into Dust to Dust enough to beat Affinity or not? Let's see. I mean, my hand's perfectly serviceable other than that as well, so if I lose this game, then that deck is too good. Galvanic Blast my Soul's Attendant, maybe? Yeah, it's fine. Land is good. It's just Priest of Ancient Lore. And then Thraben. Nice, Revoke. It's awesome. They don't have any more lands as well, so this should be pretty locked up at this point. Nice. This deck is interesting because it has reasonable matchups against Chatterstorm and Affinity with the sideboard plan. I still think you'd struggle against like blue-black and other decks, but it is just kind of comical how this deck actually has reasonable matchups against Chatterstorm because of the life gain and the drain, and against Affinity because of you get all the good white hate cards. They concede. Nice. That was honestly pretty fun, just playing all the hate cards there. So sweet. Got my one treasure chest. Um, moving forward, I might want what was the card? Did I want some number of cast down in the sideboard? I mean, yes and no, because you also want all these against Chatterstorm and Affinity, so I don't really hate that. Deck felt fine. I felt like I was wanting more ways to like actually draw cards. Like maybe these priests were a little bit clunky. They were fine, but maybe I just want 4 Night's Whispers because I really like Night's Whisper costing 2 mana. That's a lot less than 3. It really matters. Like when you're kind of stuck on lands, but you have like a Night's Whisper, it's so good compared to like this and like Underthing. This never really came up. The double trigger wasn't that good. So yeah, I think that this might just be a better build. This is probably what I would try in the next league. Oh, I want one more black source. Let's go cut plains. Let's play like one Evolving Wilds. I like the Rise of Eldrazi one. Yeah, let's get that in there. Too many Ash Barrens. You really don't want to see double Ash Barrens hands with this deck. Kind of awkward, but this gives us another white and black source, and I don't want another swamp, so I want another tapped black source basically, and I think Evolving Wilds would be the next choice. I guess this is just straight up worse than white black, or I guess I can play one of the let's do this. Let's play one campus. That's just straight up better than Evolving Wilds, right? I don't care about the thinning of it really. This, if I ever scry with this, it's actually good, and it's just one more black source and a white source. It's a tap lane just like Evolving Wilds. Yeah, that's just better. Nice. Yeah, this is what I would try in the next league. This was a lot of fun. I would recommend trying this deck. And if you do, I would recommend trying a sideboard similar to this. You don't have to go as hard as I did, but honestly, I would probably pack. This is like vintage level of hate for like shops or dredge. I think you really want like 6 or 7 or even 8 hate cards for Affinity, because otherwise that deck will just beat you if you don't have the hate for it. And because you're already okay against Chatterstorm, you might not need all this. But again, Duress can come in against the blue decks too. So I like the deck. I would honestly play it again. I think it's reasonably positioned. And I like the Hawk Battle Screech alternate win condition. Oh, I wanted Guardian's Pledge. Let's do that. Guardian's Pledge. Oh, it's not apostrophe S. Am I spelling it wrong? Embarrassing for me. I think I can afford to go down 1 decay, can I? Against, I guess I can go to 3 duress. This is nice just to have access to 1 for like those games when the board really stalls out. Like against Mardu, if we had 1 copy of this, that would make a huge difference. So maybe this is what I would try moving forward. Okay, this is where we're at. Channel youtube.com/snapbolt. Sub to the channel if you want to support me. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.